Welcome to 3-Minute Ed. In this episode, we will explore PERMA V, ACEs, and relationships. Very important ideas for schools, communities, parents, and children. I've previously talked about the idea of PERMA V, the 6 elements. Martin Seligman, the founder of positive psychology, stated that well-being is a theory and PERMA V are its measurable elements. So these are the ways that we can measure well-being, and we can inform ourselves on how that relates to the quality of life. In his research, Dr. Seligman put forth 5 elements of well-being. He excluded vitality, which was since added. And today, I want to talk about this element of relationships and the research behind it. A Harvard study, which has taken place for more than 80 years, including the original participants who were Harvard students, all men because women were not admitted to Harvard at that time, and now includes their descendants, sought to understand why Harvard students do so well in life. And what they found was that the key to their success was relationships, healthy relationships. Relationships, according to the literature, when they are healthy, can help us live longer, healthier lives of achievement. Those who are elderly in healthy, loving relationships live longer, overcome disease, and are much happier. Not surprising. Relationships, healthy relationships, are one of the keys to a long life of achievement. Can make all the difference, as we've seen over and over again. Dr. Vincent Felitti was one of the founders of the Adverse Childhood Experiences study, which included thousands of mostly white, college-educated families in Oakland, California. They studied their adverse childhood experiences, including parental divorce, abuse, neglect, and parental drug abuse, and other factors, and how these affected children throughout their lives. The more adverse childhood experiences a child encounters, the shorter their lifespan, and the more likely they are to have heart issues, lung issues, cancer, and other diseases, even if they go on to live a healthy life. Adverse childhood experiences have major consequences all through life. And speaking of relationships, Dr. Felitti, he was originally studying obesity, and he found that about 50% of the women in his study had been sexually abused. And he went on to determine why some of them, even though they had suffered adverse childhood experiences, had healthy lives. What he found, not surprising, was that the people in his study who overcame their sexual abuse in childhood had at least one person in their lives who believed in them. In his research, Dr. Felitti talked about pediatricians and how they can help people understand their adverse childhood experiences, be aware of them, and overcome them. And some people said, we'll need millions of people to go through therapy. And what he found instead was just having a pediatrician ask and inform people of the consequences of adverse childhood experiences, made a huge difference. So just awareness and relationships can really help us in dealing with the traumas of our childhood. I believe that this is some of the most important understanding we as educators and parents, human beings, will encounter. And I hope that you will look at the YouTube page for more resources, delve into these ideas more deeply, and figure out how you as leaders, parents, humans, community leaders can help the people in your community thrive. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe to my YouTube page, share, and tell thousands of your friends. Be well.